on me, Crazy Customs, Netta T, Priscilla joined the peanut gallery. We got all the weirdos together, all the liars, the manipulators, the child bullies, all the people together. Everybody coming after me in one panel. Isn't that great? But what I can't stand is when people don't have the balls to tell the truth and they just want to lie. Can y'all hear me or no? It's funny how everybody wants to lie and bully, especially Legal Pro. She sat there saying how I experimented on my animals and stuff like that, when the truth is I had legitimate vets, DVRs, Eastern and Western. Some of them were holistic doctors, vets, and some of them were just regular Westerns, and they work together. And if y'all go on my other page, you will see plenty of times my animals have been in the hospitals settings. I've gone to the best facilities. I don't ask anybody for anything. I don't ask for money. I do everything on my own. It's so funny how they're all ganging up on me. You know, I posted what Netta T, her pictures, supposedly her pictures, and what Crazy Customs sent. It's just so funny, y'all. It's so funny. If I want a big house in the next couple of minutes, like a full house, I can go on and we can team up with other people in different platforms. But I just think it's kind of silly that a bunch of people want to get together and lie on me. Number one, Netta T is a compulsive liar. She continues to say that I was impersonating police officers. She shouldn't be saying that. And the fact that Legal Pro is making up stories on me saying that I hurt animals. Now, anybody that knows me, that actually truly knows me, knows that I have taken care of animals with my own funds, never asked anybody on this app for a dollar. The sad thing is that she continues to lie on me. She said I was experimenting with my animals. The fact that my other page, the one that I'm usually on, shows, and I used to go live, I had not only DVRs for Western, but also Eastern medications I was using, and my animals were dying, all of them, of something called feline leukemia. One of the animals went out, got bit by an animal that had it, and it spread through the saliva, through the bedding, through grooming, through water, through kitty litter. It's just something that is a death sentence. It's not, there's no cure for that. And the fact that I would take them to the vet and do blood transfusions, and I would do a lot of different holistic therapy, and I would have vets, and I even purchased something called an ozone generator. It's so sad when people are not knowledgeable or educated about certain things. And just because she didn't hear about it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. But I've already posted that months ago when she posted that about me. Christy's doing these things with her animals. She's trying to experiment with this rectal insufflation. She's just not educated. And so that's not my problem, but I posted it. Y'all can, go ahead and Google, ozone therapy for pets. And they use it on humans too that have cancer. And I purchased this machine almost 5 years ago, before hardly anybody else have it. A lot of the vets didn't even have it then. And I'm proud to say that I got it, and my animals were each given 2.5 years to live. The mom lasted almost 3.5 years past her time, and her son almost 3. So I always have had on deck vets. I mean, they are the ones that put my animals to sleep. They're the ones that would give me the subcutaneous fluids, the prescriptions. They're the ones that would do those things. So the lies that continue to flow from people's mouths is just, it's hilarious, because I've posted the proof so many times. That's one. Secondly, I don't have a warrant for my arrest. Don't listen to the bull crap. It's lies. Another thing, Netta T is very upset And she says, I keep coming for her. The truth is, haven't even spoke on this woman or said anything to her in over 3 months. That's a fact. Over 3 months. The only thing that I did today was I posted things for her to see because I knew she would, and I know who sent them to her. Um, but I posted things for her to see that Crazy Customs was sending me. It wasn't about me not saying that that's not who she was. I mean, if she had a brain, half of a brain, or even a portion of a brain, she would, or if she could read, she would be able to look and, listen and look and read and see that Crazy Customs is the one that sent all that to me. But of course, she's so upset and she's had to post and this and this and this about me impersonating a police. Can you believe all these lies, y'all? How can one person experiment on animals? Let's think about this here for a minute. One person experiment on animals, also impersonate police officers, also go and sue the brothers, and also try to go and take the whole estate, and also try to have warrants for that. I mean, do y'all hear how silly this stuff is? But it's okay because me and my friends and people are just watching and we're all just laughing because anybody that actually knows me, especially my vets, especially the vets that have put down each and every one of my animals except for one, and they passed on the way to being put to sleep. It's amazing because each of them had given me medications for them to keep them comfortable. You have two options when animals are sick like that. You can either, you can either put them to sleep early, or you can wait until they stop eating and until their quality of life is completely diminished and they're not doing anything, because you wouldn't want them to suffer. But nobody has ever made these animals suffer. I purchased pediatric regulators. I had prescriptions for for oxygen, and you run them through tubing. It's no experimenting. This has been around for over 100 years. I mean, the lies, it's embarrassing for them. It's not my problem that she's so uneducated that she doesn't understand. A lot of people don't understand things because it's unfamiliar to them, but it doesn't mean that other people, I mean, I don't know what she's thinking, that I was just going to take homeopathy and just give it to my animals and hope it would work. I was doing subcutaneous fluids and I had to have a prescription. If anybody has ever dealt with animals, they know that. I got a bunch of them, the prescriptions, and then I would have to give, repetitive doxycycline to get rid of the blood bugs, which I'm sure that people are aware of. And then also I've had pain medications to administer my animals. And then I humanely euthanize them when they stopped eating, and they got to a point where their count was just so high. But to actually say that I abused the animals and experimented on them at home is not only slander, it's libel. It's defamation of my character. I have only helped animals for the past 11 years. I have a proven track record for taking in several of different hundreds of animals and helping them and humanely giving them a peaceful death. Now, I was talking about you on live last night before you even saw my story. What was I saying about you, Netta T? What was I saying about you? Go ahead and tell me. You've been talking about me, Netta T, for months. You keep posting my brother, who is the cop. And let me tell you something. This afternoon, he was on y'all's pages, just so you know. Okay, he was already on the pages. He's already recorded it. I spoke to him last night. Okay, so just because, like I said, blood is always thicker than water. And just because you have issues with certain family members and you go through things doesn't mean that you're not going to continue talking to them. We still have a lot of unfinished business that we have to do. You do mention me, Netta T. You had an entire panel with a heroin addict about me that was lies. You put me underneath in your Discord. You keep posting stuff on T's page about my brother, which is fine with me because they already listen, they already know what emails you use, Netta T. They've already found that out, and I'm not going to say anything more about that. And I put that on my mother's grave, like you said, that she would be rolling in it. Okay. Your name it's Antoinette, so it's Netta T, but I call you Nettie. I call you Nettie. Y'all love my famous screenshots. So you do mention me. You continue to talk about me over and over. And I know that last month, so I was only live a few times. I've been actually working. I've been working very hard, staying out of the drama. I know that's your middle name. I've been staying out of the drama, and it's spelled uniquely also. I know that. I've been staying out of the drama. I've been working very hard, minding my business. And it seems that, the first slick comment that came out of your mouth, a month ago, you were like, oh, as long as Christy's not saying anything, because if she wants it, we can do it. Always having to think that you're a professional clocker, always trying to do stuff. But the fact that I'm the one that gave you that audio recording that you have of me, I'm not crying. I'm actually laughing. I'm going to be laughing and laughing. I'm going to have the last laughs always. It doesn't bother me, sweetheart. I mean, I'm just sitting back. We're laughing about this, actually. You're actually on a screen, right? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on. Give me a second. Do you guys want to talk real quick or stuff, or do you want us not to hear it? No? I have my iPhone adapter plugged in right now to a screen, and we're in the room, and we're just sitting back watching the comments and stuff. It's fine. Oh, they're waiting. Maybe you should try hitting them up. They're waiting. They're all waiting. They're waiting on you guys. They're waiting for you all. They've been waiting. They figured that you would already reach out. Oh, I'm not handing out the numbers. I'm not handing you numbers of detectives and retired FBI and sheriffs and stuff. I'm not going to do that. They were already watching the videos 3 months ago. I told you all that. In fact, when I gave you the audio that I gave you about Mrs. Bunting, okay, when I gave you the audio of Mrs. Bunting, Amelia, I did it because I was already on my other phone with the detective, Netta T. And I know that you believe me, but you just want to be a bitch. So I had the detective on my other line. It's clear as day. I said, FaceTime me, Amelia. FaceTime me. So she could see that I had the detective on the other line. And I gave that to you. And you went ahead and you decided to post it and lie to everybody, saying that I was impersonating a police officer. You're dirty. You're dirty, 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 Netta T. You're a compulsive liar. You're a compulsive liar. You need the views. And let me tell you something. When they find out that you're a catfish, when they really find out that you're a catfish and that girl is not you, we're going to see how you handle it at the end of the day. That's right. I'm the one that gave you the recording. And the reason I gave you that recording, and I'm saying it on my live, was because I wanted you to see that there were already issues with Rainey. The reason she doesn't like me is because Bunny never put her on her podcast. And she was upset with MJ, not even me initially. She was going after MJ online. She was talking about the girl for about 3 or 4 days straight. But then she decided to put the minor children online like I did a month prior, and she was showing an actual kidnapping that took place. So since I had power of attorney of those children legally, I had a responsibility to try to stop her, and I did. I said, you need to stop what you're doing. You need to stop what you're doing. And she's like, oh, I'm not talking about you, Christy. Don't worry. Everything between me and you is cool. I said, everything between us is not cool. It's not cool. You need to get the kids off the video. Look at what I just did. I just hurt this girl a month prior, and now you're doing this to her children, and you're high as hell. And when you come to, you're going to understand the severity of it. She was humiliated and embarrassed. She started digging for information. She found at the time a 19-year-old girl that had the same name as me and told everybody it was my sister. But I was like, girl, I'm 52 years old. How the hell do I have a 19-year-old sister? Like, use your freaking brain. Nettie, listen to me. You are a catfish, Netta T. You are a catfish. Netta T, you're a catfish, honey. Look at the pictures of that cute little thing you got. Picture of that young girl with her face all slimmed out and thin. And then the next picture, the girl's face is starting to bloat. And then you see this picture with Fly in the background of this real black dark woman, major dark, completely 5 shades darker than the light-skinned girl that you posted previously, with them bug eyes and all them scabs on your forehead, honey. That was you. I'll tell you what I'll do, Netta. I'll drop $1,000 right now. Hold on. You know what? Let's do this. Let me go on my other friends' pages right now. Let's do this. Hold on a second. Let me get my friends together. Let's see whose page we can get on. There's a couple people I don't want to. Let's do this. I will agree to drop $1,000 cash to Netta T. Okay, we can do this, and I would like to have her get on a panel with me for 7 minutes straight. Want to see her face and go back and forth with me and talk, not just smile or try to lip sync or move her mouth. Let's do this, because it seems like you like posting a lot of videos, but we never hear you talking while your mouth, we don't see your mouth moving at the same time. So I'm willing to drop $1,000 cash. $1,000 cash for you to come up here right now and go on my live with your cameras on, talking to me. How about that? You want to do that? Can we do that? Well, prove me wrong, because listen, it's not what I said, it's what Crazy Customs said. So those pictures that I posted today, honey, are what Crazy Customs herself sent me. You can see the little pink thing if you look left up to the corner. So prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Netta T. Prove me wrong, baby girl. I'm going to let you come up here. Now, we don't need to go to your story. Let's invite you up on my panel. Okay? You want me to drop $1,000 to What's Tea in Ginger's account? You want me to do that for you to go live? Let's go live on his platform. Let's go live on his page right now. You want to do that? You want to turn your camera on right now? Let's see. Hold up. Hold up a second. Let me get them on the phone. You want to do that? Let me screenshot one of my bank accounts. Hold on a second. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I just came out of the shower. I got my PJs on. Let's go. Me and you on live right now, Netta T. Right now. Let's go, girl. We don't need to look at your story, and we don't want to see your rod wave, videos. We want to see you talking with your mouth. Okay, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. That's an easy $1,000. You want to do it right now? Do you want to do it right now? Let's do it. No, let's not put up a story. Let's go live right now. Me and you, baby. Me and you. Or do you want time to put your lashes on and everything? I can't even. Here, let me get off here. I'm gonna go on moving around. I've only been here a couple weeks. I just got out of the shower. My hair's wet. I haven't even been able to brush it. Haven't even been able to brush it. She ain't gonna do it. If she does, hold on a second. If she does, I'm gonna drop the cash right now into the account. On God. Okay. One little, two little. So let's go ahead, get some witnesses in here. Let's get some witnesses in here. Now, I never said that that wasn't you, Netta T. I never said that that wasn't you, Netta T. Never. Crazy Customs went ahead, called me and said, you're not going to believe this. Here's a picture of Netta T. First one was wrong. That was the girl that you reached out to. The other one, she went ahead and said that this is her, supposedly this is her. But then she went ahead and she said, wait a minute, she's in the background, she's screwed up. So I don't have a problem, you know, you know what? I don't believe anything that Crazy says. You know, I've just been keeping it civil with her, y'all. I've been keeping it cordial with her. I haven't trusted her since, you know, she did what she did. And like she told y'all, yes, I've called the police on her. Yes, she's got cases investigating. But I am going to offer Netta T $1,300 cash right now to post in anybody's account if she comes up here on my live and she sits and talks to me, woman to woman, face to face, right now, come up here on my page, talk to me face to face, okay? Face to face. I want to see you talking. I want to see you talk. I want to see you. I don't want you to sit there and stay quiet. I want you to actually talk with me like everybody else does and argues. Now, if you can do that, then you're going to prove that Crazy Customs is a liar, right? $1,300. I offered $1,000. I'm offering you $1,300 account right now to your account. She's been talking about me. She always talks about me. She always wants to show my family and shit. They want to show me in a raggedy ass trailer. You wish I had a raggedy ass trailer. You wish. You wish. You wish. You wish. Don't you wish? Yeah, you wish. It's a little dirty right now, but you know, $1,300 right now. If Netta T comes on my panel and talks to me with her mouth open so we can all hear her voice and see her. Let's all hear her voice and see her. All of us. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get this over with once and for all. Right, baby? Right, baby? My abused kitty that Legal Pro says I abused. Oh, no. I won't add you? Are you here? Okay.
So first of all, you can't even fucking parent.
Turn your camera on.
You can't parent your own kids. How you think you're gonna tell me what to do?
Put your camera on.
You can't parent your own kids. You think you're gonna tell me what to do?
Camera.
You think you're gonna tell me what to do?
Put your camera on.
Now, what I will say is,
let's talk.
I will entertain your fucking idea.
Let's do it right now.
Listen, because we know you're full of lies, though. So first off, I want to see the money. Show me the money.
Turn your camera on.
Show me the money.
Girl, I got plenty of money.
Bitch, you can't even afford Wi-Fi. You don't got
Are you fucking kidding me, Netta?
No, I'm dead ass.
Netta T, listen.
Where's the money?
As a woman,
where's the money?
I got the cash.
Where is it?
I got more. You ain't gonna see my funds.
Cause you don't got it,
transfer
bitch.
this shit.
You ain't got it, bitch.
When you show your face,
you ain't got it, bitch. So therefore, we're gonna do this my way. We're gonna do this my way.
Myself.
And if people want to see that I am who I am, they can go to my story, like I fucking said.
But you gotta agree. Hold on. This is how we'll do it. You're gonna agree to stay on for 10 minutes straight, and you're gonna stay. And I want a
signed statement that you signed, saying that you're gonna give me that money, because I don't trust you.
And I'll tell you what,
and I can get it notarized right now because my mama is a notary. So what's
I'm
up?
not gonna notarize shit with your mama. I ain't gonna do that shit.
Because if you want to play, let's play.
Yeah,
because I'm about my money, but I don't trust your ass. You like to play with animal booty hoes. Why would I trust you?
What did you just say?
You like to play with animals' booty hoes. Why would I trust you?
Why would you even say something like that?
Because it's out there. Literally, Legal Pro confirmed it.
Okay. So let me tell you something about that. Hold on a second. Hold on.
You like to put stuff up animals' booty holes until they turn alive.
So let me show you something right now while I have everybody on here. Because I already posted this once before. Okay? What I have here, go check it out. I have the entire setup that was like $5,000 that I bought. It's still brand new, basically. This is for the animals. Go Google rectal insufflation.
You shouldn't be sticking nothing up no animal ass.
You put it in the ear and you put it in their butt. It helps them live. It helps them get rid of cancer.
Then why did they unalive?
That's what they do for people. Listen, Nettie, you must really hate me.
No, I'm just telling you what Legal Pro said.
Listen, fuck Legal Pro. Legal Pro. Really? Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Listen. Let me tell you something. I don't need to lie, Nettie. I never lie.
Hold on, Scary BB, please suck my D. Like, for real, you've been on my D for months. I don't know who you are, but you're not who you are on that picture.
I always would take them to the doctors. If you go look on my other page, I would always take them to the doctors, Western doctors and Eastern. Listen, I did homeopathy, but I also did natural things with my animals. And I've had them rigorously, like on things that help them live an extra 3 years or more. But I would never experiment with animals. I was taught how to do that by legitimate vets. Just go Google O3 vets. Go Google it.
I don't know a vet that would tell you to stick oxygen up an animal's ass.
I think you are a very beautiful woman. Physically.
Christy, after you just said all that shit about me.
I do. When I saw your pictures, I was like, damn.
You don't
she's
even
really
think
attractive.
That's me. You don't even think that's me. You don't even think that's me.
No, I didn't. Wait, hold on.
You tried to comment on my skin. Hold on. Let me educate you. Because you tried to comment on my skin color. Obviously, my skin color in the dark is going to be different.
That's what Crazy Custom said.
That's what Black Skin
Custom said. Did you read my messages I posted? Go look. That's what she said.
Okay, but even before she said that last night, Christy, I got messages about you on live saying the same thing. Last night.
Netta T. Listen to me. It's one thing when you know something 100% about somebody, but just because you don't like somebody and they have a relative who was sued because of what they've done doesn't mean that everything that they say is facts. You're only going off of one family member, but what about the other 27 that I stood for in the estate of my mother? That had me appointed. Did you check that out, Netta T? Did you even bother? No. I'm asking you a real question.
Okay, I'm answering. I don't really give a fuck what your family says about you. It's war. Once you start talking shit about me, of course I'm gonna get fucking shit in my inbox about you.
Once I start talking shit about you,
and I'm gonna throw shit out there.
Okay.
I mean, what, I don't know what you
So
expect.
you're gonna, so you're really not that God-fearing woman that you claim to be, right?
No, I'm not perfect though. I am God fearing though. I'm not perfect.
But if you
He's
were
still working
God,
on me.
listen, God's still working
Mhm.
on me too. He's not finished.
Yeah, I
I
got a
got a
lot
lot.
of work to
I
do.
got a lot that I have to do, and I have learned a lot through my sufferings and my pain. But one thing that I don't do is I don't lie. So if you've got a bunch of people that are listening to one person saying that I did this and this and this, if you look at the actual documents that are online that show all of the other people in the estate, me, the other siblings, the grandkids, the great grandkids, how one person ends up with my house and the inheritance of everybody else, and everybody else is a witness, and that person is the only one that ended up with anything. And my mother's death certificate said end stage Alzheimer's disease at the end. You got to kind of put 1+1 together, but you
But how
guys
can you
don't
say what
want
I'm
to.
putting out is a lie? If I'm just putting out what he put out, your brother.
And I get that, but you think it's cute by every time you would go on T's page and you'd see me, you like hold it up like that. Listen,
Bruh,
I
no,
was
I
ready.
do
I was like,
not, bruh.
damn, girl,
I've seen you
girl,
so
do you
many
want his
times the last
address?
couple of weeks.
Do
I've
you
seen
want
you
his
so many times
address?
the last couple. I haven't said anything. You can even go on his Discord. I said, why the fuck is this bitch speaking on me? I haven't even spoken on her in how
Listen,
long?
3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I made a public appearance where Crazy was. I forgot where it was. It was somewhere. And you got up and she said something to you stupid, probably to antagonize you first. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
she
thinking.
did. It was about you.
Okay. Yeah. And that's what look, I'm not stupid. I put 1+1 together. So I'm like, okay, she thinks she's doing really something right now. She's trying to antagonize Nettie. Hopefully Nettie don't fall for it. And you were kind of a little classy about it. You were like, well, if Christy wants to say something about me, I'm here and this and that. And I'm like, bitch, I ain't even saying shit about you. I didn't even bring you up.
Yeah, she was just basically saying, "Oh, Christy's here. You're scared of Christy," and all I said was, "Why the fuck would I be scared of Christy?" That's all I was saying, and I was like, "If she's gonna say something about me, I'm gonna say something back, and we just gonna be at it."
Netta T, I'm the most humble person that you will ever meet. I am so God fearing and I am reverence, and I have to make a conscious decision before I do anything. Never on this app have I ever asked anybody for $1. I don't get paid. I don't do anything like legal proclaims for monetization and gifts and all that. That's all bullshit. That never happened with me. Y'all can find out if you look it up. It's out there. It's public record. I've never hid anything I've done. I only come on here, or I was trying to give out free information for people to get their animals vaccinated for free, because I know it's very expensive to get their rabies done, and a lot of times free hospitalizations. And I've given $1,000 to a girl for a dog. I've offered $500 for this. I'm out here trying to help people. So when everybody wants to lie on me and make up stories that I'm abusing let me show you the animal I'm currently
So
abusing.
wait,
Hold
so
on,
just to clarify, were you
wait,
confirming
wait,
that
wait,
you
wait.
did?
I gotta
You
get my
did?
abused animal. Hold on, hold on.
Okay.
Mimi, hello, baby. Oh, this is my butterball. This is my butterball. This is my butterball. That's my
Yo.
baby girl.
So
I
are you
delivered.
confirming that you did stick stuff up their butt like oxygen? She said, I
Yes,
think.
yes, I did. Yes, it's what
Okay.
they do. It's what they do with people. It came out 100 years ago. 100 years ago, it came out and it was rejected in the USA, and it had to go through the third level of approval. And it just wasn't passed. But now every cancer research center has it, but they also do it on animals. It helps bring oxygen to cancer because cancer can't breathe with oxygen. That's how my animals were able to live an extra,
She said the
3 and
animals
three and a
didn't
half.
make it after that. She said they unalived after that.
No, because they lived an extra 3 years. They were given 2.5 years to live. They were given 2.5 years to live. And the mom, I just buried her 6 months ago. She lived an extra 3.5 years past her time. And then the son, which is this baby's twin, she lived, or he lived only an extra 3 years, almost 3 years. So it did help a lot, but it's not going to cure them because it fails their kidneys. It fails their liver. It's leukemia. Once one cat gets bit, one cat, it can be a panther, it can be a lion, a tiger. Once one cat gets bit, it just gives them to all of them. It's a death sentence. You can't save them from it. It's impossible.
T-Trap says, seems like someone wanted this drama to take the heat off them. I will honestly say the only reason I came at Christy is because she had nobody else told me about it. Well, they told me about it, but it wasn't who y'all think it was. It was my supporters told me she was talking about me.
Netta T, if I have something to say about you, you should already know by now that I'm not shy. And you always happen to show up and make appearances every time. Like, let me up.
I was asleep. I was asleep.
But you've always done that. Let me up. Let me up. Let me up. You've always done that. And I'm not going to bring up Priscilla because Priscilla was just in another live, agreeing with Legal Pro talking shit. And I ain't never said nothing on that woman. Never. Never until tonight.
Well, I think she was just getting Legal Pro side of things because we've heard a lot of what you have to say, but not Legal Pro.
Listen, here's what I'm going to say to you, and you can check it out on your own. Legal Pro only knew me for 2 weeks. I let her do a 3. Now, this is as God is my witness on my mother's grave and on the Bible. So God strike me dead if I'm lying. When I met her, she came to me and asked me to tone it down with the Amina situation. And I listened to her and I was wondering why. And so I didn't know that she wanted the spotlight, that she was trying to get in with all the different creators, etc. So what I did was, I gotta go in the room, hold on. So what I did, oh wait, let me let her down. Hold on, she wants to get down. Baby, come down, come down. You wanna eat something? My baby? Grandma loves you. Love you, girl. Go ahead. Anyway, so what I did was, I talked to her for about 2 weeks.
That Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm fucking this chicken up.
Legal Pro told me that she was getting ready to move into her RV with her husband with 9 dogs. She told me she was in foreclosure. Now, this is all public information, so I can share this part with you. And she told me that she was going into hospice. Hospice. So I was like, oh my God. And she didn't tell me this right away. She told me this about 4 days after we spoke. And she was really cool. I really liked her. So now she's telling me that she needs to go to hospice and she doesn't know what she's going to do because the snowstorms are coming and all this other stuff. So what do? I cry. I cried for her. My heart went out to her.
Jason's going to be let up. I don't know if you want to let him.
My father, no, I don't want anybody else to come up yet. My father was in hospice. My best friend was in hospice. My mother was in hospice. So when Legal Pro told me that she was in hospice, I cried for her and I worked for her for free for 2 days around the clock, telling her husband, go to the courthouse, do this, go do this, go do this, this. Jace, don't be a bitch. I'll let you up, but I'm talking to Netta T right now. I mean, hello. Damn. So anyway, literally my heart went out to her. But I started to realize when she told me there was a group of people that were trying to get her off the app. They were trying to get people to off themselves, jump off a bridge. They were attacking her. She said, I want you to check the information. I want you to check it. I said, okay, when you're ready, send it to me. She never did. So all of a sudden I'm talking with her and I'm realizing things. Crazy Custom sends me pictures of this woman, Legal Pro, aerial shotting her yard. She's doing all these different things. And I realized that something's not right up here. So I started to back away. And some other things happened. I said, why isn't she going to hospice? Why would she tell me she's dying? I let her talk to my brother. We did a 3-way with my brother, the retired FBI agent. She talked to him for a minute. And she's like, yes, it's in my lymph nodes. It's here. It's there. He's like, Christy, this woman is passing like now. She's passing away like right now. After that, somebody invited me. Freestyle invited me, wanted me to stick up to her, and I got bombarded. At that point, all these people started following, say, Christy, we've been trying to get this woman off the app for a year. And I was like, what lady? They're like, Legal Pro. They showed me everything online. So not only does she have an active restraining order on her by her own daughter-in-law, okay, the USDA took away her licensing. What she says, it's for fences, but they said that there were animals abused there. Okay. She had a problem with the neighbor going to court for a year and a half. She's all over Google with 10 freaking people bashing her. She's all over Facebook, and I have the text messages where she says she's nothing more than a fat 350-pound lying bitch. Not only that, but Judge Judy told her that she's not credible. She forged documents and she forgot to sign. So when all these people are showing me all this, I'm like, oh my God, I've encountered a psycho. So I started to stay away from her. And then when I apologized to Crazy and I brought her and her husband or boyfriend on my platform, and this lady's supposed to be a paralegal, and she was like, fuck you and bitch. And I was like, oh, hell no. I dropped her. Because it's okay if I say those things. It's okay if you say those things. But if you've got somebody that's supposed to be a professional that's representing those people, that doesn't look good. And I didn't like that. So from that point, she started blowing up my phone, blowing up my messages. Christy, we need to talk. You need to call me. I stayed away from her. And I finally told her, listen, I'm going to go my way. You go your way. And she's like, why? I don't see what happened. I don't want to explain everything. But I have a right to walk away from people. I just think it's pretty sad that she went to the point of my animals, my precious animals, who I adored and took care of the mother since she was 6 weeks old until she was went out there telling people that I've abused them. Why would she do that?
Big screen me. Somebody just sent me this.
What is it? I can't see it.
It's something about the animals and the work you do for them.
Well, I don't know how anybody can point out anything because I don't do work for them. I use my own funds. I do. Look, instead of reading something, I don't know what that is, but instead of reading it, go to my page. Go to my page and look. Go to my page.
Do you know how to big screen?
I'm on a big screen.
No, do you know how to make me big screen work real quick?
No, I don't. Hold on. I don't know how to do it. How would I do it?
It will say expand when you click my name.
I see it. I got it. I can't even read that. What does that say? I can't read it. I see something about FELV at the top.
They said, can you put oxygen up a cat's anus when they have FELV? No, absolutely not. Putting oxygen in a cat's anus is dangerous, ineffective, and can be fatal. And it should never be attempted for a cat.
I'll tell you what. Don't even read anymore. Here's what I want every one of you to do tomorrow. Go to Google and type up O3 Vets. Get the phone number. Call them yourself. Go on YouTube. Watch it. It's for feline leukemia. This is what you do. You have a big oxygen tank with a pediatric regulator on it. Okay? An oxygen tank with a pediatric regulator. Okay? Look at this. This is a pediatric regulator and this is an oxygen tank. It has tubing. I know the numbers. I was trained. I was taught to do it, which I didn't have to be, but I just wanted to be because I didn't want to hurt them. And go to Google and type this up, y'all. I'm not advertising for the company because I had to pay almost $5,000 for everything that I have for them. Hummingbird. Type it up for yourself. Type up Hummingbird ozone therapy. Ozone therapy. It is not 100% fatal. In Fort Lauderdale, there are veterinarians that used to do it for my animals. And that's how I got into it. The vets do it. So what happened was I was paying $150 per session, and I was doing once every 2 weeks on 7 animals. And when I started doing the math, I said, screw that. I'm going to pay, $5,000, $5,500, and I'm going to own everything and do it. And I'm going to help all the other animals. Don't embarrass yourself by saying it's fatal, that it's dangerous, because it's not. Again, go online and Google O3 Vets and go ahead and call them. Be my guest. Call them.
Oh my God, you got my Alexa talking. Hold on.
Well, go to Google. I'm challenging people to go to Google and type up O3 vets, and then go to Google and type up ozone therapy for cats or pets. You're going to see people doing it in their garages, in their houses. It kills all of the look. I even have an ozone bubbler. Look, I take subcutaneous fluids, which are IV fluids. You cut the bag open, you put it in an ozone generator. Look,
So you do this all yourself?
do it all by myself. And I do it for the community animals for free, so people don't have to pay $150. You see this? This is a brand new subcutaneous fluid bag. Okay? And then I have other stuff I can show you. I'm not ready to show you all this now, but I'm going to show you since we're on the subject, and since people like to lie on me, I appreciate you at least being open-minded. Just go Google O3 Vets Hummingbird. Call them yourself. Okay? I have what's called here an ozonated bubbler system, where you take subcutaneous fluids and I put it in here and I mix it, and then I run it back through the animals and the IV fluids into their body as well also. You see? Look. O3 Vets. This is ozonated water. If they get cut, if they get bit, it kills all the bacteria. This kills cancer, y'all. It's been around. Do your homework. At first, I was very skeptical, and I didn't want to hurt the animals, but I took the training by O3 Vets. They'll give it to you if you want to buy the machines. So it is not illegal. Legal Pro is very ignorant, and she was embarrassing herself by saying that I was experimenting with my animals. It's no experimenting.
And you don't need a trained professional to be there with you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Just call them yourself. O3 Vets. I mean, there's more companies, but they're just the best. I think they're the best. I'd rather pay for brand names. You do not need a license. Here it is. Look. You have plastic tubing, and then you have these tubes here, and you run these long tubes through the generator right here, O3 Vets. Okay. I do this for well, I'm not doing it right now because it's snowing and stuff like that. But when I'm in Miami, when I'm in Georgia, when I'm in South Carolina, if the animals are sick, a lot of the rescues will reach out to me and ask me if I would be willing to help them. And I don't charge them, and I do it for free. I do it for free from the kindness of my heart. I don't want to be paid to help animals. I don't.
So really, Legal Pro, she wasn't lying then about what she said.
Yeah, but she is lying about it because she's saying that I'm experimenting. This is no experimentation. The vets do it. There's no experiment. This has been around for over 100 years. This is to help animals. Listen, if a cat comes to me, if I see a cat and the tail is off, you go look on my page. I raised $8,000. Not even me. I told everybody, nobody give me money. Send it to this vet right now for this animal. And I paid a majority of that. So what I did was I took the ozonated bubbler and I created the water with the IV fluids, and I ran it on the animal because it had dirt in the tail. So if somebody calls me and an animal is in the street, even the police, they would call me. The police would call me and say, Christy, we got a cat in the middle of the road, and you know, this city, can you come? How long would it take? And I'd be like, I'll be right there. I got to go get a cage. And I would take the animals and drive them to Davie. And we would do, I don't want to start talking to you guys about all the other equipment and stuff that I have either, but I would do a lot of different stuff. Listen, when my uncle passed, and I'm being real with y'all, you can drag me and do whatever you want. When my uncle passed, in 1 year, I had my uncle passed. So let me back up. I had 6 cats, the mom and all her children. When my uncle passed, 30 days later, my one cat died. Then 38 days later, or 42, the brother died. Then 9 months later, the sister died. Then my mother died in 1 year. That was a very hard year for me. And at that time, I started to change my life completely. Now Not only vets can do it, like I said, go to Google, get the phone number of O3 vets, call them, ask them yourself. Do you need to be licensed? Do you need to tell them there's a woman named Christy on there? Bought your stuff 5 years ago. Paid a lot of money to get a bunch of stuff. I'm supposed to do another training so that I can actually help others, but I haven't been around to it because it's not what I want to do with my life. I don't do this as a job. I only have this to help other animals. That's the only reason I have it. Listen, guys, I do hyperbaric chambers too. I don't know if you're familiar with that. When they don't have oxygen, when they can't breathe, you see it now? Okay, good. I do my own subcutaneous fluids on them, but I don't put it in their veins because I don't want them to get a blood clot or an aneurysm. So I'm very, very cautious, and I do it from the kindness of my heart. I would go out on Saturday mornings, 6 a.m. to 11. I'd carry a bunch of stuff in my car, and I would go out to the animals, giving them vitamin B, giving them Life, giving them, oxygen, giving them this. If that animal's tail was completely infected, I knew it had to be cut off, but I didn't want them to be dirty in my, my house or in my cat room, because I used to have a cat room, and y'all can see it. It's there. I would help these animals. So to say that I abused them, to say that I freaking abused them and that I was experimenting on them is ludicrous. It's disgusting. It's deceptive in nature, and it's not a fact. It's not a fact. No, they do not offer. Well, now they may offer specialized education. It's possible. They may do it now, but remember, I did this back in 2021 is when I got it. I was trying to go out of the country. I was looking for stuff in China and Japan, and I found cures for a lot of stuff. I was one of the first people here that got stuff when it just got off the 4th level of the FDA approval. I have stuff for Cali virus that's like $1,500 a vial. And if I knew a cat that had it, I would just donate it for free, because those cats of mine are dead. I have no use for them. So I've got everything that you could ever imagine. Homeopathy, Western. I've got things like you just wouldn't even probably understand. So I don't want to talk about it right here, right now. But the fact that this woman is trying to discredit me because I didn't want to be around her is really disgusting. So since 2001, y'all can look everywhere. Look, I'm not in those groups anymore. So you can go to Facebook, mark it, go to Miami Facebook and type up the name Christiana. See how many animals I've saved there. It's probably about 15 or 20 or 30 there. Go look. That's just there. And that's not in the community of places or Petco, or some of these adoption places either. And I just decided that after my family started passing and my animals, that I was going to beg God to do whatever he would do to save the rest of them. And I said, if you save them, I'll change my life around. I'll do whatever it takes, but they all died anyway, But ever since then, and even before, because I started with the animals back in 2014 is when I started. But when I started buying all the equipment and stuff, it wasn't until 2021. And they still passed anyway. Christiana, spell it with a Christi, Christiana, ANNA. You're never going to see me asking for a dog. In fact, you're going to see me when I had a minivan and I had 1,000 bottles of water that were thrown in my car for me to go out and help all the feeders. You would see me dropping off bags of foods to people. Go look at my other account. Your Business Consulting GER4. That doesn't lie. Videos don't lie, but people writing up stories and talking shit lie. Those are all lies. I'm not hiding a damn thing. Not a damn thing. So you can see me doing blood transfusions. Not me, the doctors. I've got some graphic images of animals dying in the streets. And I've had to put them out of their misery, and never ever did I ever do that until 2021. I didn't believe in it. But when I started helping, and I did the medical. So every woman was the feeder. This is the one that watched them. I was the feeder, and I was the medical, and I was the one that would take them. And I'd say, I got an animal, I need a rescue. So let her continue to bash me, because when push comes to shove and the time, I always tell people, and there's already a few people that know, when the time comes, it's all going to come out, and she's going to have to justify why she would tear me apart and lie on me. Where would she come up with me abusing animals and trying them as test tubes and experiments? She's going to have to explain that. You know what I mean? It is a good idea to feed cats, but I don't believe in the way that they're doing them, because cats are